But so like for me, it's like it's always about the art first, and just I don't know. It's like
Well, I think that they're trying to boil it. I've seen a lot of people trying to boil it down to charts and saying, "Oh, this artwork's going to be worth this X
yeah,
because of this artwork," and
yeah,
that's just not how art works. Like one artwork can be
yeah,
worth a million times more than another one because of all sorts of
yeah,
like
right. Like
trackable
yeah,
aspects.
I mean you know more than anybody about that.
No, I
That
don't know more than anybody, but no, it's
yeah, well,
definitely true
but
that
this, yeah, yeah, but like the old art world is like you could sell consistently $3,000 pieces or something, and then someone just comes and sells a piece for just like ridiculous amount.
well, like that
But like
Japanese
what?
guy who bought the Basquiat for 20 million and then 40 million. So he priced himself up, and then everyone else is now priced out of buying a Basquiat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or what Yusuke,
yeah. The guy's going to the
the one that
moon.
bought
No,
the
yeah,
110. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I plan on getting that on that rocket, by the way. No,
Definitely. That's we should start a petition. Rob this to the moon.
9 people, man. No. But yeah, I think honestly, he kind of, let's talk about that for a second because I love what Yusuke did with the Basquiat piece.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, he kind of, if you really think about it, he kind of changed the paradigm of how everybody was looking at Basquiat at the time. If someone was crazy enough to buy that much, all of a sudden the microscope on Basquiat's work kind of grew.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was great for art personally, just because Basquiat's work has always been there's always been this rift, like it's almost it's primitive in its approach, and some people say it's people just you just spewed all over the canvas, that's all I'm seeing, and then some other people are like, no, there's a lot more deeper shit to it, and I think Yusuke like freaking with that buy, there's going to be a bigger divide now, but the debate will be even stronger. And I think he just strengthened his work really, and I think is good because that time in like art history, like what Basquiat was doing and he was really just merging hip hop in that whole hip hop culture with the canvas work and the way he kind of saw life, and I think that's very important, to keep like certain art periods like in a big scope, and so like, and I see a lot of artists too that are really inspired by his work. I mean, if you see artists, you can tell that they love they're on the Basquiat train,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Well, I think it's a shame that if someone does something even close to his style, you'll end up saying you're copying him, and it's like, well, you can do something in his style without copying him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain finesse involved with. I mean, there's like straight copycats, or there's somebody that like you can tell that they brought their own soul into it, but they just like the approach, you know. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's kind of weird because it's like Basquiat has his whole universe now of the like a bunch of artists that are just kind of in that, but they vibe with it, It's like rock and roll and blues, There's tons of different styles of rock and roll and blues. There's death metal to classic rock to straight blues and they're all variations of a very simple modality, And so the way I look at Basquiat is like he kind of set his own modality of some sort. There's an approach, but then everybody else can take that approach and kind of just merge off. So I think it's rad.
What,
But
so what actually, this is a good question. Is what kind of classical artists inspire you in the creation of your crypto art? Is there anyone you're trying? I know you're just kind of doing your thing, but is there anyone you look up to and try and emulate?
honestly, like I'll be simple about it. Like Da Vinci for me,
Yeah.
just because like he came from just multiple methods. There's just multiple like he just knew a lot of different stuff and he combined it, And I think I love that when artists are able to like do that. They're like, I'm a painter, I do this, I do that, and this one, and they're able to combine all of those things into one thing. But I mean, that's totally cliche. Like Da Vinci is like master god, genius, whatever.
Yeah.
But him, Dali, because I think Dali is just he's like he does amazing artwork, but like if you look at him as a person too, he's just amazing. And as a person, like I was able to see some clips like where he's like, like on a couple talk shows. Like there's a video you can see on the Dick Cavett show he was on, and he like brings a wombat on, and he's got like this like, you know, walking stick, and he's got his mustache, and he just like right when he enters the room, everything changes, you know. And for me, like I like seeing artists that are that don't just do the canvas work. They're like part of the canvas itself too. Like they're the artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the piece, and then whatever they do is like
Well, I mean,
kind of attached.
can you imagine if Dali was on Twitter? I don't think he'd make many friends in this space.
Yeah. How would he type? I don't know. You find some like really like
Probably use one of those weird fonts that you can extend.
The translator thing, just flip it in or something. I don't know, but
well,
those are the primary two.
Given that he actually died a fascist, I think he wouldn't do very well on on Twitter at the moment.
No, and that's another topic, huh?
Yeah, well,
we can get into. Let's get down and dirty, no?
So, all right. So, what would you tell before we get into the down and dirty part? Is what would you tell someone looking to get into crypto art?
I would say look up Andreas Antonopoulos videos on YouTube as quick as you can.
Okay.
Just before, because I mean, you're already an artist. You already got the visual stuff down. Just get the crypto down. Just know a little bit of what you're getting yourself into.
Is Andreas like I've never watched his channel.
Andreas Antonopoulos, he's like the Bitcoin messiah. He's like he from 2014 on, he's gone and talked all over the globe, and he's kind of just like very direct. Like his approach when he's speaking is very strong and just like almost attacks you with just facts, you know.
Yeah.
But if you want to get like a good like primer on just crypto and like what its capabilities are, what it can do, just look up his videos. He's got tons of videos where he's just on a stage just yelling at people, like yelling at them like this is going to change the world and blah blah blah. And so like for crypto artists, it's like you've got the visual stuff already down. You're a master of that domain. You got that. Just do a little bit of research of what you're getting yourself into. Because I mean, it's only a matter of time till I hear an artist going, I made all this work, I collected all of this, and now it's all gone.
Oh, because they lost their key. I mean, I got into Bitcoin in 2013, I lost my keys. I think everyone at some point, if you haven't lost your keys, you will at some point. It's everywhere. It happens to pretty much everyone once.
Yeah. So that's what I have to say really about people wanting to like get into the crypto art space and start messing with things. And other than that, I mean, the rest of it's just badass, you know, like async and all these projects just doing wacky things with how art can be presented. Yeah. And that's all great, but just get to know a little bit about just a little bit of the safety stuff so you don't lose your shit. You know, so that's what I really can say. And I don't hear that much, honestly. Like I really don't hear it that much from everybody. So I'm not blaming anybody for it. I'm just saying I'm kind of surprised that, I mean, I've lost shit, you know. Yeah. Thank God it was an artwork, but I've lost, you know, funds and stuff from bad actors, you know. So and it sucks. It really sucks. It's just like
it's an awful feeling because there's no one to blame but yourself as well. It's not like a bank where you can call them up and be like, hey, I lost this. It's just it's gone.
You can't call anybody. It's gone. It's you know, you can see where it goes though. That's the thing. You lose your funds. You're like address to address to address, and then it's gone. You know. Yeah. So
So actually, I've got some of kind of indulge me a little bit on the BAE. I've got some of your artwork up. You can probably see it on the BAE. Yeah. Your Caveman series, and I know that you're like a million miles ahead of this series now. But you should definitely put some more stuff on the BA. But what was the idea behind this series? Because I think it's really interesting with the kind of post-historic.
The race matrix stuff?
No. The sorry, it would have moved now. The post-historic artifacts.
Oh yeah. That was just. I was just switching gears and stuff, and I just was like really enamored with like, you know, prehistoric art and. it just the very beginnings of like how art started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just very simple, but you have a tribe, and there's one weird guy who grabs a sediment rock and starts going crazy in a cave, and then to me, it's so fucking profound what that is, like that's the beauty of like human, is to be able to just do something weird like that and it takes off, and so I was just getting into that, and basically kind of just taking that concept and just kind of throwing it into the future. I was imagining a future where like everything that we know goes to shit, and humanity kind of dies off, and there's like a new race that emerges, and then they rediscover this, and they're trying to decipher what the hell this thing is, but they really don't know what it is, and they just see these symbols, and they just take those symbols and try to reappropriate a language out of that, and it's totally wrong. It's like totally wrong about how they see it, and it's kind of a joke also on how we like portray history as well. Although we read them in history books, we don't know actually if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Like we weren't there.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't. So I mean, it's kind of an interesting thought exercise to me, about how history is written, how it could be reappropriated, how it could be changed, and it only takes a couple of generations to forget things. So all of that stuff got into play with all that stuff.
But
yeah,
that's cool. I really like this series. I think that was really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was doing well. I sent some pieces to you. It was like the etchings of the the CPU. Yeah. Like that one was like I was when I made that piece, I was just kind of imagining like the future world would be really abstract. Like you're just in like this like matrix that you don't know how it was made, but you're living in it, and then you just scratch the walls, and all of a sudden some shit pops out, and it's like a CPU, and like what the heck is that? It's just kind of like a discovery, but it's like in this abstract kind of world. So yeah,